The Amazfit T-Rex 3 brings an increasingly sought-after health monitoring capability, blood pressure tracking. This feature currently operates with certain regional restrictions, but there's a workaround for that. First, I'll show you the feature in action, and then I'll explain how to set it up. Now, it's worth noting that this is not going to track your blood pressure automatically during the night, for example. It's only for on-demand measurements. Once it's installed on your watch, you'll find a little blood pressure app, which you need to fire up. Zepp Health says you should wear the watch on your dominant wrist when capturing these types of measurements, and make sure the strap is tightly around your wrist. You need to sit still during this 30-second process, and at the end of the period, the watch will spit out your systolic and diastolic blood pressure reading. It really is very simple to use. The tricky part is getting the app on your watch, and I'll explain how to do that in a bit. So basically, a few more seconds, and as you can see on the screen, the watch will spit out my blood pressure reading. The big caveat here is that the feature does not work in all regions. I'm in the UK, and the ability to install the blood pressure app is not available. I think it's the same case for those living in the US. So you need to resort to a workaround. Basically, you need to create another account for a region where the feature is supported. So I chose Singapore. According to social media, Brazil is another country which has the app enabled. There are probably a few others. This does mean, though, that you need to unpair your watch from your current account and set it up as a new device on your new account. Yup, not ideal. Presumably, this is to do with regulatory certifications. Some countries are more stringent when it comes to this sort of thing and require more in terms of proof that the device is capable of capturing certain health metrics, which is actually a good thing. In any case, for those with accounts in approved region, it's a simple matter of downloading the app from the Zepp OS store and installing it on your watch. Afterwards, you simply run the app whenever you wish to take a blood pressure reading. Now, it's worth noting that you need to perform an initial calibration in order to start using the feature. The watch will notify you of this when you first open the blood pressure app and initiate the setup screen on the Zepp Health smartphone app. This will walk you through the 10-minute process. The screenshots that you can see on the screen currently are some of the steps that you need to go through. The gist of it is that you need to take 3 measurements with a medically certified blood pressure monitor. I use the Withings one for this purpose, and 3 measurements with the Amazfit T-Rex 3. Both of these should be on your dominant arm, as mentioned. After this is done, you can start using the feature. Also, this calibration needs to be done on a monthly basis, so it's not a one-time process. The big question, of course, is how accurate are these blood pressure readings? Well, they are more or less where I expect them to be, but I would have been more impressed if the device was able to do this without the calibration. As things stand, I don't know whether the figures are where I expect them to be because the device is accurate, or because it is piggybacking on the accurate data captured by the traditional blood pressure monitor. In any case, these are still early days as far as blood pressure tracking from smartwatches. I expect in the next few years, with advances in sensor technology, the feature will be much more accurate, it will not require calibration, and it will be widely available. In the meantime, those with an Amazfit T-Rex 3 or an Amazfit Balance can explore this functionality via the workaround mentioned in this video. Just remember to take these readings with a pinch of salt.